the No Dunks podcast on the Athletic Network. It's Wednesday, October 12th, 2022, and you've just fired up part 3 of our 5-part NBA season preview series. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, he just got out of the battery. It's Tass Mellis.
It took forever. It cost me $1,000, but I'm here.
Next to him, we got the bearded one, Trey Kirby. Oh, and over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is, and here we are. Fun time down at the baseball stadium.
It was good with my man Seb up in the Terrapin Tap Room. It was fun. I pulled a maneuver though, leaving early, and I missed a 3-run jack to bring it to within 1.
Oh.
It reminded me of 2013 Falcons-Panthers when we were visiting Atlanta. Us hardcore sports guys, we left, leaving JD and Matt to watch a great comeback. A great
Game-winning field goal, yeah.
Disgusting.
It didn't seem like it was going to happen. So it felt like I may have left early, game 1 of the NLDS, but everybody else was leaving, and I was one of them because you know why? It's hard to get out of the battery.
Yeah, we talked about it. We did.
So
you leave when they're down 7-3. They scored 3 at 7-6. They had a chance.
Yeah, Matty-O, as I was calling him, Matt Olson. It's hard not to call him Matty-O. Matt Olson hit a 3-run jack.
I know.
And there's so many what-ifs in that game. But they can bounce back. They lost game 1 last year of the NLDS. They'll be back, baby.
Exactly
All right.
That's exactly right. Tying it up today.
Okay, good. Shout out to the stream team joining us live right now on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment away, share the show. Get your No Dunks merch over at nodunks.com. And don't be shy when it comes to emails and questions. Drop us a line, nodunks@theathletic.com, or hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, hell, if you want to, at No Dunks Inc. We got more questions here to tackle, our burning questions about the upcoming season, but we have some NBA news. Let's sprinkle it in. First piece of news, Hornets All-Star LaMelo Ball diagnosed with a grade 2 left ankle sprain and is expected to miss time to start the regular season. Shams reporting this yesterday. Anything to add to this? We slipped it in when we were talking about potential worst records in the league. I said, sneaky pick might be the Hornets. You know, LaMelo had just tweaked his ankle. We didn't know the extent of it at that time. He's going to probably miss a couple weeks, maybe longer if they really want to slow play it and go for a high draft pick. Any thoughts?
I know you guys are in the camp that the longer it goes, the more the tank job begins. Do you believe that? If he's out, like when's the line? Like if he's out a month, that's a good chunk of the season.
It is.
Totally, yeah. And I can certainly see the Hornets saying, take your time, little buddy. Just make sure you're 110% healthy before you come back. That being said, the schedule for the Hornets to start the season, it's not terrible. Spurs, Pelicans, Hawks, Knicks, Magic. Then you start getting into the Warriors and games like that. But for the first couple of weeks at least, they could survive without LaMelo and probably be 2-3 or 1-4 or something like that, which is going to put them at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, so it'll get them off to a head start in the tank race. But I don't know. It's just an ankle sprain. He ain't going to be out for all that long.
Yeah, it's just such an odd turn from LaMelo's rookie season to where we are now, and how everyone is sort of down on this team, considering how tough the Eastern Conference is. Even though I don't think MJ would ever say or think about losing, it may come up in a month or two because there just aren't a lot of bright spots on this roster aside from LaMelo. And I'm a little upset because we were going to take the drive to Charlotte, go watch a game there in a couple months, and if LaMelo's not playing, I mean, it's basically like going to the Battery here in Atlanta to watch a baseball game. It's the same distance. I mean, it's not the same distance, but it's basically takes the same amount of time to get there. So I would have loved to see a full LaMelo experience, because without it, doesn't feel like the Charlotte Hornets, obviously.
You don't want to drive to Charlotte to watch Dennis Smith Jr. man the point? Because that could be happening. And I just want to make it very clear, even if LaMelo was playing or comes back and does play in theory, they're still going to be very, very bad. But they're worse without him, of course, on the floor. I mean, they are a rough team. So, tough. I mean, just a brutal summer for Hornets fans. It just got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, and it's very strange because like Tass is saying, you think about the Hornets and the way that their summer went, and you think it's been all bad for LaMelo since his rookie year? Since his rookie year in the NBA. But the Hornets won 10 more games last season than they won the previous season. LaMelo's percentages were better. He was better last year, but the way things went this summer with the Miles Bridges situation and Kenny Atkinson joining the Hornets for like 25 minutes and then dipping out, not really replacing anybody as well. It's going to be a down season for the Hornets, which is honestly probably for the best because right now they're like a 10th or 11th seed at the absolute peak. That being said, if I'm looking at the Hornets and I'm another team in the league, give me Terry Rozier. I would be trying to trade for him if I were any of the other 29 teams. He's a solid, like, 5th starter if you need a point guard or a guy off the bench. He can play catch-and-shoot basketball. We've seen him hit a whole bunch of game winners. He's got the confidence. We've seen him have some solid games in the playoffs as well, so maybe it'll be open season for the players on the Hornets.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. You could pluck him from that roster.
Get used to seeing a ton of potential trades involving Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Kelly Oubre Jr. I would say almost anyone on the Hornets roster outside of probably LaMelo Ball and maybe their new pick in Mark Williams, stuff like that. So you're going to see a lot of that. Other news, late last night, Steve Kerr told reporters that Warriors forward Draymond Green will not be suspended after clocking Jordan Poole in practice last week. He was fine, though, and he will play in Golden State's preseason finale on Friday. So he's returning to the team. He's going to play in this preseason game. He'll play some minutes, and, we'll be there for opening night and ring night for the Warriors. I know you guys aren't all that surprised. You thought they should have.
I'm disappointed.
Have given him a suspension, but you didn't think it really would happen.
Well, Trey called it a secret suspension. I guess that's what it is. I wanted a formal suspension. I think it needed to be done. Something formal. That being said, they're going to rally around the guy and they're going to do it well, I bet. I don't want to make too much of preseason basketball, but James Wiseman looks good. I think the young guys are going to buoy this team, and they're going to be fine. They're going to be totally fine because they want Draymond a part of the run. Steph wants Draymond a part of the run, and they just want the locker room to be kumbaya, and it feels like it's going to be that way pretty soon.
Yeah, Steph Curry, this to me just kind of shows how good of a leader he is, that he's able to get everybody sort of on the same page right away. Obviously, Steph wants Draymond alongside him. Draymond wants to continue to be a Warrior. And it also kind of speaks to Jordan Poole's maturity. We haven't heard from him, but you saw the way he's been playing in the preseason. He's not letting this affect him. He says he's going to be okay playing alongside Draymond once they get back on the court. So if he's okay with it, if Steph's okay with it, I guess this is the way it had to happen. But the only punishment for Draymond was missing the end of training camp and a fine.
I guess, and maybe, hey, don't podcast about this for a little bit, because he will, but not right away. Okay, please don't do that because you'll make it worse. No, that's a good point. Final piece of news. Some leaked NBA jerseys. I mean, look, 99% of the time, these end up being real, right?
Yeah.
Like, every once in a while, we see a leaked jersey from Dick's Sporting Goods that turns out to be fake, but most of the time, they're real, and we're showing you here on YouTube these Minnesota Timberwolves jerseys, very colorful, and then on the right, we got these, old school font, sort of porno-style Dallas Mavericks jerseys. Trey, thoughts on either of these leaked NBA jerseys from the Wolves and the Mavs?
Apparently, the Timberwolves jersey is inspired by a Bob Dylan mural. Do people even know that Bob Dylan is from Minnesota? I doubt it.
News to me.
Do people who are buying NBA jerseys listen to Bob Dylan? I doubt it. This to me looks like a skiing vest from the Olympics that you put over your team uniform. Shaun White, I could see him rocking this. Pretty bad. The Mavs, I think, look solid. I just cannot stand the neckline they have on all of their jerseys. The wishbone from the early 2000s. Give me a V or a U.
Okay.
I don't like the Y.
Okay, but you don't mind the look and the color.
Yeah, looks cool.
I sort of green
always classic.
I sort of like that as well. Tass, thoughts on these ones?
I agree with you. Dallas solid. I didn't realize that they all had the wishbone. Now I can't unsee it. It is strange. I guess Minnesota's trying to throw everything at the wall. It feels like every single jersey of theirs is very different, and they don't have a uniform color scheme or plan. And as Trey said, it's probably time to blow it up. Although I do like the statement jerseys from this year, the very blue and neon green one with Timberwolves written on the front.
Right.
These ones, maybe they'll be at music festivals. I could see them, being worn in that way, but no, it's really strange.
Very strange. This is the mural, I guess.
That's the mural.
Yeah. Okay. I also
Nice
saw,
looking mural, though.
yeah, it is. I thought I saw someone on Twitter too. There's like a colorful building in Minnesota or in St. Paul, I guess, that has this color scheme? I don't know.
It never works.
But
Taking it from the building.
no.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show you guys a bonus jersey. I just stumbled upon this yesterday in sort of looking for new NBA jerseys, maybe even trying to find sort of this news, the photos. This was a real jersey, I think, made by Mitchell and Ness, and it's called Forwards of the Century. And it's got, for those listening, I don't even know how to tell you this. Just got a lot of numbers on the damn thing, but like Dr. J, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson didn't know he was a forward, and Kevin Garnett.
Wait, what?
Isn't that Magic?
Well, how did Kevin Garnett get into this?
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
What century is this
I
supposed to be?
don't know what this is.
I see a 21 on Forwards of the Century alongside Dr. J, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson. And I think it's got to be Dominique Wilkins, but it's blue.
Yeah, I thought
that don't
it was
make
Dominique.
sense.
What is this? What the hell is this? And you can buy it on eBay. I almost thought about it because I was like, we should have this. Anyway,
Just a bunch of numbers.
slip
Look like you're a fan of zip codes.
Yeah.
633-3221.
the Ludacris song. I heard that on the radio the other day. I forgot the radio edit of that song. I got pros in different area codes. That's what he says. That's amazing.
That's pretty funny. Is it pros, P-R-O-S, or P-R-O-S-E?
I think it's the first.
I got writers everywhere.
Okay, let's get to our questions. Batch 3, part 3 of our season preview series. First question for you guys, everybody on the stream team, everybody listening. Who wins the Eastern Conference? We did the West in part 1. Here in part 3, we're doing the East. Tass, why don't you get us started? Did you find this difficult to pick a team? Because could you make a case for 4 or 5 teams at least in the number 1 seed?
It is going to be a dogfight, I do believe. I didn't find it difficult because I've already made my pick, but let's confirm. This is the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference because we have this debate.
Okay.
We're not going to the
Yep.
finals. This
Yeah.
isn't the team that's going to represent the East in the finals. This is the number 1 seed.
Yes.
I think the Heat are being disrespected, but I'm not picking them. I'm not picking.
But I will continue.
They were the number 1 seed last year,
Yeah.
and I know everyone is basically pointing to the hole that they left in the roster with PJ Tucker gone. Who's going to fill in? If there's any team that can fill in a PJ Tucker type, I do think it's the Miami Heat. We haven't said Heat culture once in these previews quite yet, so Heat culture. Caleb Martin, I think, is a perfect fill-in. I'm sure they wanted to get a lot younger than PJ Tucker, Kyle Lowry, and Jimmy Butler in their starting lineup. And also, they've also given Kyle Lowry 30+. Jimmy and Bam have been paid. Duncan Robinson has been paid. So they wanted to get cheaper, and he's obviously a cheaper alternative than Tucker.
Yeah.
I think Max Strus follows through on what he did last year, and Kyle Lowry's going to be better. 100% better.
So you say disrespect because they win 53 games last year. They are the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. This year coming in over-under was 49.5, and they don't feel like they're included in the conversation as much as these other teams. In fact, we're showing you here the BetMGM odds for the number 1 seed in the East, and the Heat are down there at 5th.
Below the Nets.
Yeah, right. Celtics, Nets, Bucks, 76ers ahead of the Heat.
Yeah, I think the Celtics, Bucks, and Sixers can be put up there, and the Sixers they're mine, and I do think you get some nice odds if you're an oddsman or oddswoman. That's the way to go right now. Plus 450 there. I believe they just know who they are. They have an identity this year. Last year, Joel said, Ben's sitting out. What the heck am I going to do? Now, Harden has taken that pay cut. He's the number 2 guy, as I've said. Maxey looks damn good as a number 3. Harris is now the 4, and that's pretty
damn good.
Along with PJ Tucker. They've got a tude. I'm buying it.
They've got a tude, and I'm buying it as well. Think about how much we talked about George Niang last year. Too much.
A lot.
Way too much George Niang talk on the podcast last year. Yeah, hopefully we don't talk about him as much this year.
I
because
hear
if
ya.
that's the case, good news for the Sixers because they've just really added to the depth of their roster. They've added to the competitive level of their roster. I think Maxey's going to make a solid jump this year. I think he'll probably be the second leading scorer for the Sixers ahead of James Harden. James Harden.
That's bold.
Here's a bold prediction for you. James Harden will lead the league in assists.
Okay.
Because he'll be setting
Fair.
up Embiid.
That's
He'll
fair.
be setting up Maxey. He'll be setting up all these guys like you're mentioning. PJ Tucker, he's open in the corner. Wide open, for sure. he's going to have easy shots. They're just going to be able to generate a lot of easy offense this year alongside their defense. So yeah, I'm with you on the Sixers with the 1 seed. Though you're right, the Heat are probably a little bit undervalued here. To me, they're a little bit of a bone throw team. When you're talking about the top tier of the Eastern Conference, you're like, gotta have the Bucks, gotta have the Celtics, gotta have the Sixers. And oh yeah, we'll throw the Heat in there because they actually did win the 1 seed last year and came very close to making it to the NBA Finals as well.
With a lot of their key guys missing chunks of
big
time.
Old chunkers.
Jimmy, Bam, Kyle,
So I'm in on the Sixers right now, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Heat completely outperform expectations once again.
And then we've discussed this idea of like, do the Bucks care at all about the number 1 seed? I mean, I want to pick Milwaukee, but you guys, when we were doing our over-unders, were making a great case. Like, why? They're not going to really be gunning for that. They know when you have Giannis that you can beat anyone in a series, even on the road and stuff like that. So you pause a little bit and just saying, I'll just give me Milwaukee. But man, I said it on yesterday's show, if Giannis and Middleton and Drew are healthy and they're playing, that team wins 70% of their games. They're just damn good. It's similar, whenever you see the stat, hey, when Anthony Davis and LeBron play together, overall they win a lot of games, but it's few and far between. It's the same thing with the Bucks with their 3, but tough to go against the Sixers. I'm sort of with you guys. They feel like of all the teams in the East, they'll be the closest to 60 wins. I do see that with their roster and their makeup now, and I like how you said their identity for sure.
And as Trey said about Miami, we forget that Miami was the 1 seed. We do forget Philly was the 1 seed 2 years ago, and when they were a little more whole, with Ben Simmons, when they had a second best player beside Joel Embiid playing all the games, and Harden's going to play a lot. Harden, as much as he's ridiculed, he plays, and he'll be there. They're just going to play a lot. The Heat, they're not. I know they missed chunks of the season, a lot of those guys, and they will again. That's how Jim rolls. I don't know about Kyle. I think Kyle's going to be focused though. Kyle's got to play better. He was called out by Pat Riley in the exit interviews. Kyle will be back. Kyle will have a good season.
Did anyone seriously consider the Boston Celtics?
Yeah.
Who went on a tear at the end of last year, of course. I mean, they started so slow. A lot of people think the Heat wouldn't have been the number 1 seed if the Celtics just started a little more normal, I guess. Maybe fair, but yeah, you considered them here, despite obviously losing their coach to suspension? I
think they got good vibes, despite the Ime Udoka situation. I think the guys on the floor love each other. Malcolm Brogdon's a glue man. Smart's a glue man. Horford's a glue man. I don't think that locker room can splinter at all. I believe in that locker room.
I'm a little concerned, and we said this in the over-unders, so apologies for repeating myself, but the Robert Williams missing, let's call it, 8 weeks, maybe longer, and they should be cautious with him. Don't rush him back because you are going to be, in theory, still a good team, and you want him for a postseason run. Smart's the defensive player of the year, but he is the defensive identity of that team. And then the domino effect is, hey, Al Horford, can you give us a lot of minutes? Which you don't. I mean, he did.
He did. He was great.
He gave him a lot of minutes. Can you do that again? Because I think it was Simmons pointing out he sort of had the year off prior when he was with OKC. It's a great point. So you don't want to just ask too much from him. So does that mean more Grant Williams at the 5? And can you get by with that? So I think the Sixers I do have above them in just total wins in the East, like you guys.
Stream Team says 62-38. That James Harden will not have the most assists this season, as Trey said. But
not?
Harden's a good pick, yeah.
Well, I hate to be a My Buddy Grish about it, but are we talking total assists or assists per game?
No one talks total assists.
Oh, okay. He's the only one. My buddy.
No one.
Yeah.
APG.
It's 2 people. It's Trae Young, and he doesn't even talk about it that much, and My Buddy Grish. All right. Let's go to our next question here. We got to get our calendars out. All right? You got a day planner? Or are you all digital?
Not digital. I have a whiteboard calendar.
Oh, that's in the house.
Yeah.
For the fam?
No.
For you?
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
I love it. We have another one. We have a printout. We have a printout on the fridge.
Okay, that's classic.
You gotta remember that there's a pumpkin carving this week. You gotta remember. But I have it. I have a whiteboard more so I just don't forget the dates. So I just have, so I don't have to go to my digital device. I can just look up. I think it's like 2 seconds faster every time I need to know the date. I also have it on my watch. I've got dates everywhere.
Okay.
For no reason.
Well, the reason I told you to get ready.
I got dates.
I got dates. What game will LeBron become the NBA's all-time leading scorer? Trey, you gotta start because I think you're already on record. You know exactly the day and the opponent is.
I've got the precise date.
Give me the quarter. Give me
January
the
31st, 2023.
Ooh.
Okay.
At Madison Square Garden.
Oh, the Mecca.
Fourth quarter, 8 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. So, if they're starting 7:30 on the East Coast, give me a 9:47 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
LeBron James becomes the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. There was some consideration given to a Bucks game that's around the same time in Milwaukee. But during the preseason, LeBron said he has no thoughts and no relationship with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which I was kind of surprised to hear. LeBron's a guy who knows his history, and obviously we've heard Kareem talk about LeBron's work off the court as well. LeBron is a Laker now. You would think there would be some sort of relationship there. Mm-hmm. And if they had a relationship, I could see LeBron going out of his way to make it happen in Milwaukee. But if there's not, there's no reason for him to do it anywhere else besides the biggest stage in basketball. Being the all-time leading scorer in Madison Square Garden, that's a moment.
Are we going to get like a Maris mom situation here where Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is going to have to travel around with the Lakers for a couple weeks as LeBron gets closer? I'm serious here. Will Kareem Abdul-Jabbar be in attendance the night LeBron in theory passes them this season? I think so.
I think
the NBA would want that. Yeah.
The NBA would absolutely want that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when's it happening?
And
he says January 31st.
It is odd that Kareem, according to LeBron, they don't have a relationship. Yeah. But Kareem has been vocal about supporting LeBron, respecting LeBron, so he'll be there. He'll be there front row.
Okay.
And he'll write about it, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
He might blog about it.
I got a little later. I got February 15th.
Well, that's right before the All-Star break.
There's a reason for that. Got to get it done so we can celebrate me at All-Star Weekend. This is my weekend, baby. I'm the leading scorer. I think it makes sense. I did a little number crunch.
Okay.
He's got to average about 25, and which he can do in his sleep.
Yeah, probably.
And he can miss 6 games to that point of the season. So he's got to work to get to the MSG one, which he could. He's looking good. He's looking ripped. He's feeling right. So I do think, the part of it is All-Star Weekend. It's the weekend of Bron.
And that would be, I'm not looking, maybe you have in front of you, the Lakers, I assume, are getting one of the marquee games right before the All-Star break type thing. It's the late game on TNT on the Thursday night. I don't know.
Unfortunately, the one I mentioned, that's a Wednesday, and I think it's not.
Could be an ESPN.
It could be an ESPN. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Okay. Pelicans.
It's the Pelicans. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
a lot of eyes.
These are great. These are very, very realistic calls here. I love the Knicks one. Though I guess I didn't realize he'll have to be going for basically, we're talking 30 points per game to sort of get there pretty early on.
Yeah.
He can do it.
He did last year.
Yeah.
Which is.
Does he do it? You know what? I'll swerve. I'll just swerve and say it'll happen after the All-Star break. Maybe there's some missed time in there. Some maybe the odd dud of a game or whatever. I should have done my homework a little better and actually given you a real date. But I'll just say
later.
After the All-Star game. Yeah, later for me.
I'll take the over.
And then I can't be wrong, basically. So let's hear from everybody out there. That's a fun one. LeBron, when will he do it? The ultimate swerve would be he won't even do it this year.
He doesn't pass him.
Jeez.
It's going to wait. Wait for Bronny.
He's gonna
do it
wait.
together.
He wants it to be an assist from his son.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That game is on ESPN. You're right.
Well, there you go. These are good, great calls here. Either
nice,
in Madison Square Garden at the end of January or right before the All-Star break against the Pelicans. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we got another awards prediction. Talk a little defense. Don't go anywhere.
Guys, busy weekend in the ATL. And I was the most Atlanta dad to ever dad. It was Porch Fest here in a neighborhood close by, and my kids were playing in it. And none of those kids in that band have licenses. So I did what I swore I would never, ever do again. I hauled drums and amps up and down stairs, ran cables behind planters. I said sibilance into a mic multiple times. That's right, I was a GD roadie for Mongo Pretty, my kids' bands. Had to knock on the door once. Excuse me, ma'am, I think we blew one of your circuits on the front porch here. Embarrassing, but it was fine. It was a gorgeous day. The kids killed it. I spent the rest of the afternoon drinking PBRs on strangers' lawns, and that went well into the evening. So the next day, had to get up early. Why? To go get those drums. Ugh, brutal. Thank goodness for my old friend. Starbucks. Oh my God, why am I so bad at this?
Does it look like a mirror or what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm not used to this. I'm not an on-air guy. Starbucks Baya energy drink. And thank goodness I had the sense to hide my last can of mango guava behind cans of Guinness, which is a risk because look at how eye-catching this is. I mean, it's a beautiful label amongst the black cans, but the kids were fooled. They didn't see it because they sucked these things down like crazy. And I sucked this thing down. Fridge opened Sunday morning. Glug, 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 glug. And I was good to go, man. Got in that car. Got in the RAV4. I had so much energy. I could have taken those drums assembled and just threw them back into the back of the RAV4. I didn't, though. I sat in the driver's seat. I didn't even get out. It's like, kids, welcome to the glamorous rock and roll lifestyle. It's Sunday morning. Go get those drums. And, listen, this one's my favorite, the mango. Oh, my God. Why can't I do this? Mango.
Yep.
But they also have raspberry lime, which is very elusive. Can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with it.
We've got JD in the stream team saying they sell out in stores all the time.
Yeah, they do. It's true. And then the pineapple passion fruit. Not my favorite, but, this one's the best. Mango guava. So you can get them. You can get the two of them, not the raspberry one. It's available online at grocery stores, convenience stores, and gas stations nationwide.
All right, back in the Classic Factory, continuing with the burning questions. Our next one here, Defensive Player of the Year. Call your shot. Who's winning it, Tess?
I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at predicting this one. So you got me buying into the Draymond Green wants to send a message.
Yeah. Now more than ever.
Now more than ever. You still buying it? I'm following. I'm following on that one.
Here, let me just say this. I think when it comes to this award, there's like 4 or 5 realistic winners. Marcus Smart was a bit of a wild card last year. I've said time and time again, I think it was a bit of a team award. He is really good on that end. I think Robert Williams III, though, just as important, who would be on my list if he were to play, but I don't like him missing 8 to 10 weeks to start the season. You'd have him. You'd have Giannis. You have to.
Yeah.
Bam Adebayo.
Yep.
I think has to be on the list. Joel Embiid is probably still on the fringes there.
In the mix.
And then Draymond Green and Rudy Gobert. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, Kawhi, sure, but
yeah.
he never plays enough, so no. And I'm very doubtful a guard goes back-to-back in winning this, so I feel like it's going to be a big guy. So, yeah, those are the guys. To me, it's Draymond or Rudy. Who are you going?
I go Dre.
I'm going Rudy. Why not? I'm with you, Skeets. It was kind of funny to me to see the GM survey come out and Marcus Smart get 0 votes for best defender in the league. Very strange. The guy just won Defensive Player of the Year. Somebody should have at least thrown a bone to Marcus Smart, but guess what? He's not the best defensive player in the league. So no surprise there. Not even the best on his team. I think it usually goes to a big guy. It probably will this year. Gobert is always in the mix. And he's going to have narrative on his behalf this year because the Timberwolves will surely be a better defensive team this year. They were not bad last year, but it was kind of smoke and mirrors, getting a whole bunch of steals. Now they will look like a good defensive team, and he will get the majority of the credit for it. So I guess this will be, his 4th in 5 years?
Number 4, yeah.
He didn't win it last year, but 4 in 5 years, pretty good.
Holy crap, yeah. I think I don't want to overthink it. That's why I want to go Rudy Gobert, too. It's Draymond or Rudy, and I think Rudy, if they were, average defensive team last year, and if he gets them to a top 5 or something like that, it's going to be tough to ignore that, and probably his importance on that
That's
end.
the narrative. This is more. This award is more of a narrative award than any other in the awards cabinet, even more so than MVP.
You think so?
I think so, because you can't measure it as well as the other ones. So Trey brings up the GM survey. It is about who's got the rep, and it is somewhat about defensive metrics. It's basically which team is really good. It's a top 5 usually. So Giannis, Draymond, Rudy Gobert, Bam, Drew Holiday, Kawhi Leonard, Ben Simmons received a vote, and
Ben
Andrew
Simmons
Wiggins
got a vote here in the stream team. People were throwing out an Anthony Davis.
very good.
If you believe in him being committed to that end, it's another big. Well, the Lakers, a couple years ago, were the number one defense in the league.
Not long ago.
And then, then there's some fun votes. Jose Alvarado, Herb Jones. Who else are the people saying? Yeah, Marcus Smart's name's being thrown around. Ben Simmons. Wow, that would...
It does come out of nowhere, but obviously he is amazing on that end. To win it all, that's very unlikely. There's got to be a real narrative that he's playing the five.
Yes,
and
that's true.
This guy's the best
That's
at
true.
guarding all 5 positions in the NBA, which he could be. He very well could be, and he could be playing some 5 with the Nets, but I don't see it all coming together for that team.
DPOY, who you got? Listening to the podcast later, tweet at us at NoDunksInc your answers. Okay, next one here. Burning question, so we have to include this. Which coach is on the hot seat?
It's hot.
Who's on the hottest seat? There's, I think, some solid candidates here. Trey, why don't you get started?
Interesting. I got 2 fellas who are sitting on a pretty hot seat. I think Tom Thibodeau is on the hottest seat in the regular season, but I think Doc Rivers is on the hottest of all seats. But his won't come to fruition until postseason failure for the Philadelphia 76ers. If they come up short, if they don't make the NBA Finals this year, it's kind of hard to go forward with Doc, I think, after this season.
Yeah, yes.
But that takes a long time to play out.
Yeah.
Tibbs, I think, I don't know. He's got the backing of the front office, which is certainly important, but it feels like he's going to play vets a little bit more than the younger guys. If the Knicks get off to a slow start, maybe that's a problem with the way they fought to keep Quentin Grimes and RJ Barrett over the summer. So I could see him kind of just, not being completely on the same page as the rest of the Knicks organization.
Yeah.
If that's the case, he would probably be the fall guy.
He's got one playoff win to his name, one game he won against the Hawks there, and basically a 500 record as the head coach of the New York Knicks. That's his tenure. But you're right, a slow start. Really, Nash, Doc Rivers, Tibbs. I'll throw a Nate McMillan in there.
I think so
if
too.
those
I like that
teams
one, yeah.
start brutal, it's like a 5-9 start or something, 5-10 start, and you're like, we expect to be a lot better than this, then I think any 4 of those guys can be gone. Maybe not Doc. Doc, it's an interesting one. I feel like he does have the runway of the entire season in the postseason. Those other 3, though, bad starts, brutal starts, they're going to be gone, I think.
Yeah, and Doc doesn't get the credit for being an inspirational type guy. We ridicule his rotations and the playoff schemes and all that, but if they know who they are, I think Doc's going to win a lot of games, and he's not going to be fired because they're going to win games.
Yeah.
You got Joel Embiid.
We just had them winning the Eastern Conference, so he's probably going to be
He's
fine.
fine, but the playoffs is totally fair to evaluate what he's going to do. Tibbs, definitely at the top of my list right here, right now, because they were good 2 years ago, then they drop off, and they make a big signing, and he's talking a good game about Quentin Grimes being part of the rotation. No one works harder than Quentin Grimes, so he's going to play at least 1 game this season. I can feel it. Who knows what happens with Tibbs? But yeah, I think he's on the hottest of seats, but I think Nate McMillan is very, very much on the hot seat because the Hawks gave up a ton for DeJounte Murray. They gave up 3 picks. I mean, what else are they going to do to better their team if things don't go well? It's firing Nate McMillan, I do think. And last year was uninspiring. After the great run to the conference finals, beating those Knicks 4-1, somehow coming back against the Sixers and then losing to the Bucks eventually, and then last year was just a bad year. So, yeah, if they get off to a bad start, I could see Nate gone.
Well, if they get off to a bad start, then it's going really poorly. 4 of their first 5 games are against the Pistons, the Magic, the Rockets. Well, there's 3 of the worst teams in the league, at least last season. And the other is against the Hornets. We will not have LaMelo Ball and should be one of the worst teams in the league. 4 of their first 5 games. They better come out and have a pretty good record after the first 5. They got to be 3-2 at the very least, probably 4-1. And if they're 1-4 and it's a bad start, Nate will be gone. They'll have to, because I think the ownership of the Hawks have proven we want to win. We think in making this move for Murray, having our team here, who knows what we're doing with Collins and of course the Capella and Okongwu and all that, but you figure it out. You got the pieces. We should play some defense here too, and try and win some games. So
they should. They should win games because they've got the Magic, Hornets, and Wizards in their division. They should win games.
They are in the worst division.
I think so.
Yeah, in the NBA. Let's hear from everybody out there. Any good names coming through? People are joking that Lloyd Pierce is available for the Hawks if they were to move off Nate McMillan. That'd be amazing. Just keep swapping back and forth. Just keep firing the team up. Just that fresh voice back in there. people are saying not really a bunch of other ones. Billy Donovan, a dark horse for people with the Bulls. Okay, Trey, what do you think?
Yeah, a medium seat. He's on a medium seat. I think the Bulls showed great improvement last year, and then their season fell apart due to injuries. They're starting this season off with an injury to a starter, so I can't see it happening during this year unless things go completely haywire and they're like 0-20 to start the season. But next summer, I think it's certainly up for discussion.
And you were mentioning the stream teamers coming through. We should have mentioned this guy's name as a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Jared Allen, I think, should be there.
Wow.
Rap Stallion throwing
That's
that
good.
in there. Yes, it is good because the Cavs are going to be great on that end. And who's going to get the credit for it? It should be Jared Allen.
Okay.
Mobley's going to be great. I think Isaac Okoro will be out there being great. People question, can they have this small backcourt? Can they pull it off? I think they'll find a way.
But you talk about narrative with Defensive Player of the Year. It's always a year behind. So this is smart. Start that Jared Allen for DPOI now, and it might pay off. Even if he's elite and is, in theory, one of the best big man defensive centers in the league this year, man, it's usually a year behind. I don't know why with this award until you really get that stamp of approval from the voters generally. So I like Jared Allen, though. I love Jared Allen. Let's take one more break. When we come back, we got some silly questions to end this one. This is going to be fun questions. Don't go anywhere.
If I were to check my search history, right at the top would be, when does the pharmacy close? Well, Amazon has a pharmacy. Yes, that Amazon. And it doesn't close. Amazon Pharmacy delivers a better pharmacy experience that delivers directly to your door and works with most insurance plans. And it helps you save time, save money, and stay healthy. Prime members can save up to 80% on their prescriptions. America. And there's transparent pricing, so you know what you'll pay before you pay it. And there are real pharmacists who are always available at Amazon Pharmacy, no matter what time it is. Jeff Bezos just got his pharmacy certification. Bezos ain't there. Anyways, your medication gets delivered to your door. A pharmacy that works for your life with meds delivered. It doesn't get better than that. Switch to Amazon Pharmacy and save time, save money, and stay healthy. Learn more at amazon.com/nodunks. That's amazon.com/nodunks. Amazon.com/nodunks. Average savings based on usage and inside RX data as compared to cash prices. Average savings for all generics are 78%, 37% for select brand medications. Restrictions apply.
Okay, I promised some silly questions here to end, and these two are bangers. Favorite moment / meme of the off-season / preseason. All right? I left it very open for you to go wherever you want with this one.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
I liked so many off-season moments. And when I say like, when I say like, when I say liked, I clicked them on Twitter with a heart.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I hearted them. So many throughout July, August, September, then in October. A king of off-season memes comes through again. Klay Thompson.
Oh.
Just stole it. He stole all my likes. He rendered them all moot because he was in Japan for preseason, and he was asked about winning a 3-point contest by the host, and I think we have the clip, JD.
Klay, you didn't play in the game last night, but you were able to come out here and win this contest. How does it feel right now?
It feels great. I might not be able to jump like these young bucks, but I'll never lose the strap. Ronnie 2K, change my 3-point rating right now. Right now. Friggin' hater.
It's the friggin' hater for me.
Friggin' hater.
Friggin' hater.
The radio edit.
I love
I got
it.
pros.
Because he's calling out Ronnie 2K. To change his rating. He calls his shot the strap, which if you're watching along, Steph Curry loves it.
Big laugh.
Yeah.
I never lose the strap. That's what he calls it. So it's Klay. This question always goes to him. I had so many good ones stored up. I had Royce O'Neal dropping his mom at a camp. His mom was. He posted up.
I missed this.
This was July. Yeah, Royce O'Neal was posting up his mom at a camp.
Oh, okay.
He didn't drop her, like physically drop her, but
I literally thought you meant he drove his mom to summer camp and dropped her off. That's what I'm like.
Dropped her at camp. I know, camp.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I didn't say basketball camp. I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
say drop her. I thought you thought that he was holding her and dropped.
No, he's backing her up. Right?
Yeah, Royce O'Neal's mom wants it. She wants that work in the post, and then she's going a little too hard. She's a little too hot, top heavy, and he spins off her. See you later.
Yeah.
Bump, spin. Royce O'Neal's mom face first on the wood. And so it's a great clip. Sorry, I didn't.
That's a good sounding clip, actually.
Yeah, we'll share it. We'll share it somewhere. But those are my one, two.
Okay, those are great. Great little video clips. Thanks for coming through. Trey, what do you got for favorite meme of the offseason / preseason?
I'm like Taz. I like so many moments this
Yeah.
offseason. The best moment of the offseason was LeBron playing at the Drew League, by far. That was awesome, man. They put it on the NBA app.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Like a tiny, tiny gym.
Yeah.
They were going all out. LeBron was playing to the crowd, too, letting the other team take a huge lead before coming back in the fourth quarter alongside DeRozan there. We had the great pictures of Dion Wright D'ing him up. Eyes wide open, Bobby Portis style. He said, "I'm not scared. That's just how my eyes look." I thought that was awesome. So I think that was the coolest moment by far of the offseason. It felt like a throwback to like the lockout season when everybody was playing at Rucker Park or the Drew League as well.
Yep.
But to me, the funniest meme of the offseason were these tweets about Kevin Durant. Michael Patrone tweeted, "Car wouldn't start this morning. Get to work late and our internet is down. LOL. I love this shit. Unlike Kevin Durant, I actually enjoy taking the hardest road. It's basically just problem-solving practice." Pretty good response. 782 quote tweets, 363 retweets. But one of those quote tweets was from Kevin Durant, who responded, "You enjoy having a shitty car and getting to work and not being able to connect to the internet?" And it's got like 5 times the quote tweets and retweets. That was just bars from Kevin Durant. It's kind of like the Happy Gilmore. "You eat shit for breakfast? Come back." So I love that from Kevin Durant. He's good on Twitter.
People are wisely pointing out in the stream too. I didn't think about this. The meme of the offseason maybe was Brian Windhorse with what does it mean, right?
What's going on
in
in
Utah?
Utah.
That's actually the correct term. Yeah, that's a hell of a meme.
That's a good call.
So good call by everyone out there. A little love. This isn't a meme or a moment, but I saw Ghostface Ziller writing about it in his newsletter today. It was the summer of Mo. How could you be Mo Harkless? How could you trade Mo Harkless? How could you waive Mo Harkless? Mo Harkless. Ziller broke it down. I mean, this guy went through it all this summer. Traded in July to the Hawks in the Herter deal. September, traded to the Thunder in the Mo Harkless deal, I guess. 3 days later, traded to the Rockets in the Ty Jerome deal. I don't know. And then he was just recently on October 11th waived by the Rockets. He was on 4 different NBA rosters since July, and he's now on 0 NBA rosters. So how could you be Mo Harkless? There is that. But,
That's a good one.
But I'm a prisoner of the moment. Recency bias. I mean, I can't. You know what? Good on you guys to like things on Twitter from July. That's the way to do it, to remember this stuff. But not me. This happened days ago, and it's my favorite moment. Trey, the Bulls are back in my life. It's this clip of Alex Caruso on the fast break versus the Nuggets, and this guy front row, hat on backwards, beer in his hand, turning around in celebration. This is the Steph Curry celebration. As a fan, like, you're so pumped about the play that's going to happen, you know it's going to be great. You don't even watch it. I love it. The photo, that's epic.
It's very funny.
And then I know the Bulls were tweeting about help us find this fan. I didn't.
I don't know if they
Did-
ever found him
Did
either.
they find this dude? Come on, it can't be that difficult. But
I don't know. Guaranteed that guy's name is Murph. There's a lot of them around.
sure. So shout out to Bulls fan Murph there. That's just great. And I would like to see more fans start doing this, especially on the fast break.
Way to go, Murph dog.
Be pretty cool to see an entire arena. Especially if you're watching on television, like you got your star player on the fast break, and instead of watching it, you all turn around to look at the camera where you know it's being filmed. I like that.
Amazing.
Move. Yeah.
Very well
Very
done.
funny.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear from everybody your other favorite moments there from the offseason or preseason. Final one. We do it every year in Burning Questions. We ask, what will be the biggest fashion trend in the NBA this season. We've had some wild predictions, sort of come true, if we're being honest. We called turtlenecks. Remember that? That's years ago. But we said turtlenecks are gonna be big, and sure enough, everybody was wearing them. And I don't know. Are there any other ones we sort of nailed?
We had the face mask, right?
Yeah.
For Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah.
Last season?
yeah.
Like
That-
digital face mask.
Yeah,
sort of
digital
thing?
face mask.
Yeah. So what do you have? Let's try and
Nice
call
one.
our shot again. Trey, you're our fashion expert. What's gonna be in for the NBA season at least this year?
Gigantic pants.
Oh, okay.
Like massive pants. We're talking
Okay.
Jinko style leg openings here, 20 inches. So, you're just seeing a little bit of a knee flick when a guy's walking.
Yeah.
Flares will be back. So yeah, I'm anticipating a big pants season from the NBA. It's going to take a while, but we're going to be trending towards humongous shorts as well. It always happens with pants first. Pants change. It takes a little bit for the shorts game to catch up.
Yeah.
We're still on a tight short in the NBA right now, but we're going to be heading towards TJ Ford territory in not too long.
So basically, Kuzma sweater like pants is where we're going. Yeah.
yeah.
This tracks because I asked Nora, like, what? I mean, I was like, how do I answer this year? I don't know. I've run out of ideas. I nailed a couple of these. Now I've run out of ideas. She's like, well, in women's fashion, everything is huge.
Everything's huge.
Gigantically oversized. And she's like, that usually translates to the opposite sex. And I was like, okay, so this makes sense, Trey. Big old pants.
Big old pants.
BPE, big pants energy, no doubt. So, but we're talking off court pants, or we're talking on court.
Well,
I know
yeah,
you're getting there.
Yeah,
Are we-
I don't think we're ready for the big shorts again yet.
Yeah. I think we're going to go medium shorts. I think we're going to get to a little closer. I think Kawhi's coming back. Kawhi looks like, maybe it's just his tree trunks, but his shorts are kind of big.
He likes an older short, a bigger short.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll push back. You see a lot of these guys, they're always rolling up their shorts to make them tighter, show off the quad more in preseason practice.
This isn't
It's going to
a good
take a
pick.
while for on
It's gonna
court.
take a while.
Yeah, this absolutely isn't a good pick. But it's the annual question for me, for you. Ask the partner. Sure. And I have noticed. I'm not much into the fashion, but yeah, ladies rocking large pants. So it's coming. It's coming with the windy pants. What?
What's going on in those
going
pants?
on with those
What's going on in
pants?
those giant pants?
BPE, baby, big pants energy. So yeah,
Pants.
You're doubling down.
Yeah.
He's got one pant leg, you got the other. Big old pant legs. All right.
yeah. You know what's going on? Big shorts energy. YouTube shorts.
Jesus. You got there, Tessie. It took you a second.
Oh, you know we got YouTube shorts energy in here.
Yeah. Okay, I have a different answer. I love the big pants that people will be rocking when they show up.
Big pants.
I saw a clip though from the other day. I think I saw it by way of Kelsey Russo, who's at The Athletic covering the Cavaliers. And JD, you have the clip. There was a dog at the practice facility. I have no idea whose dog this is. Cute golden retriever running around. Donovan Mitchell say, "Hey, come here, dog." The dog said, "Bye." So great defense from Donovan there. And this dog's just pumped to be there. Tough to run on the hardwood, slipping, sliding around. But I was like, we know NBA players have dogs. We always see them in their Instagram accounts. And, Anthony Edwards with his quote-unquote famous, pit bull that he's got.
Yeah.
I think, could we see them really leaning in towards bringing their pets with them to the arena? Like a lot more. Like the cat walk will be the dog walk now.
Ooh.
Or pet walk. Danny Green can bring his snakes if he wants when he's back. But I just get more. Let's see the pets at the arena more.
What do you do with them though when you get there?
I mean, they've got handlers. They've got people that can watch it. Get them a seat. That's a flex. Buy a seat for your
seat?
dog.
Yeah, sure.
Front row, dog can turn around, put his paws up when fast break dunk. I'm saying pets.
People love their pets.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see, like, we had Klay Thompson riding bikes in, or like people have been in on scooters. Wouldn't be super weird for somebody to bring in a tiny animal. I don't think.
There's nothing in the rule book that says you can't bring a dog.
You can't bring a dog to a basketball game. The problem is just, where do they go? Because you see that dog running around on the court. That dog's struggling, man. Get that dog some slippers.
Yeah.
So they gotta have
Pet room. Why not have a pet room?
Yeah.
A pet room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people drop them off. It can expand to fans coming in. They don't want to leave their pets at home for 4 hours. Drop it off in our pet room.
Was it the Blazers?
A huge pet room
The Blazers
with
that
a lot
do
of pets.
the bring your pet to the game? I know they do it in baseball a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel like the
at the dog
Blazers did
park.
it once. You could bring your pet to the arena. I don't know. So I just want these guys to start coming in more with their pets. Because dogs make everybody happy. Or hey, cats too. You love your cat. How's Sushi doing?
She's not coming. She's not going to an arena, though.
No, a cat freak out. You said you wanted your cat to go outdoors, though.
Obviously. It's the cat. It's in her blood.
Yeah.
She's dying to go outside. I say no.
You ready to clean up a dead rodent?
Yeah,
That cat
I
outside,
got no
you're getting some
problem.
dead rodents, buddy.
I got no problem. She killed a cockroach, I think. Good for her.
I guess, I don't know if people are saying this in the stream team, but the counter to my dog showing up in the catwalk is, remember when, who was it? Was it
Scooby.
Christian? Yeah, Scooby took a dump
Yep.
on the court. That was a big controversy.
What was the controversy?
It dumped on the court.
That's a tiny dog.
Most people are anti-dump on court. I guess that was where the cut
So you do have that issue, so.
Just clean it up.
Yeah, you know what? Nice segue. That will be one of the topics, sort of, on Is This Good, coming up later today, 1 p.m. It's I put in the title, and sort of in the photo, I'm cheating a little bit, but I put dog poop etiquette. It's really, the question is this good? Throwing your dog poop in someone else's trash can. In your neighbor's trash can. That's an interesting debate.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because we'll be talking about it for 15 minutes at least.
Yeah.
I gotta say my takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. You're on.
I
Is This Good.
actually think I'm gonna be on the minority on that one.
Interesting.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
I was sitting at my front window recently, typing on my computer, and I see a car pull up on the curb, a man jump out, and bag some poop. I guess his dog had pooped. He maybe didn't have a bag on him.
Been there, done that.
Came-
For
came
sure.
back with the
Circle
car.
back. Yep.
Loved it. Appreciate it. I ran out the door and I said, thank you for picking up your dog's poop. I would have gladly put it into my fertilizer, but thank you anyway.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Yeah, very nice for everybody involved. That's why when you brought up the Christian and Scooby incident, the dog pooped. Dogs poop. It's disgusting, though. It's really disgusting. Anyways.
Is this good?
Is this good?
Is this poop? That is later today at 1 p.m. Eastern here in the No Dunks YouTube feed. Matteo, of course, the host of that show. TK, you're on that one. JD chiming in on writing Yelp reviews. Yeah, the dog poop one and showering at the gym. Hopefully bumper stickers, though Matt always wants to cut that one at the last second.
He loves to have an option like that.
Oh,
The guy can't stop producing.
Bumper stickers.
Bumper stickers is back?
Well, it's back in the rundown, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause it was in the rundown last week,
I know.
too.
It's the Matt Damon of
I would love to
categories. It's all
Just
sorry,
depends
can't
on
get
how
to-
long we go on poop, really. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what's going to
Yeah.
call it, I
Yep.
guess.
All right. So, is this good? 1 p.m. Guys, let's call it there. That's part 3. We're over halfway there. 2 more Burning Questions episodes coming Thursday and Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern here live on YouTube. Subscribe. Come on, help your boys out. No Dunks merchandise available over at nodunks.com. Get your questions and comments in. nodunks@theathletic.com. Get yourself an athletic subscription as we get ready for the NBA season, which is less than a week away. Go to theathletic.com/nodunks so they know that we sent you to sign up. And leave your boys a 5-star rating and review on Apple, Spotify, wherever you download and listen. New Burning Questions tomorrow. You guys want to tease?
Yes.
Yeah.
Must-watch League Pass team.
Okay.
All right. Show it to
Okay.
Zach Lowe.
question.
Most improved player. That one, there are a lot of guys you can make a case for, I feel like. I know you guys are high on
Anthony
Tyrese
Edwards,
Maxey.
dog.
Maxey, baby.
Anthony Edwards,
Maxey.
dog.
Oh, wow, the dog.
Tyrese Maxey, yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
And which team is most likely to disappoint? Okay. Those are a
A
couple
lot
of
of
questions.
them. 30 of them.
Couple of questions. 30 of them.
Everybody thinks they're going 82-0 now.
Yeah. You guys are high on the
I don't think
Kings.
so.
They're going to disappoint
Oh
you.
man,
Yes.
everybody is in on the Kinks.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad.
Yep.
Yeah,
What
the
are you
Kings are
doing?
now gonna not only let down their own fan base, but they're gonna let down all of the media now too. It's crazy.
We're all rooting for you.
Everybody's high on the Kings. Okay, so that's
This ain't-
tomorrow.
This ain't the Mariners. They're not making the playoffs. Everybody relax.
We want 35 wins, Tess. 36 wins. That's all
We
we're
just want the
asking
over.
for.
What
We
is
want
it?
the
We want
the
over.
over.
We want the over. Okay, is this good? Coming up at 1 p.m. Eastern. Stick around, guys. Until then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, trim your toenails. Actually, really happy with the the Cavs dog clip reminded me I gotta trim my toenails.
Oh, you're hoofing around at your house?
Slipping all over the place. I'm gonna trim them right now. I brought my trimmer, my clipper. It's gonna be a YouTube short.
Oh, Clipper bro.
YouTube short nails. Yeah.
All right, praise the day, people.